it's Melissa. In this video, I am going to show you how to get started, get set up with your ES mat, electrostatic mat base with your CAMEO 5. So the setup for this is different than it is for the CAMEO 2, even though they both utilize a version of the ES mat. So I have already done my first impressions, but in this video, what we are going to do is going to go start to finish on getting this set up so that then you can do your first cut. All right, so everything is unboxed. When this thing comes out of the box, you should obviously have your ES mat base, and then you should have a sheet of it's like plastic, heavy plastic here. That is going to be the protective cover. This is actually a consumable part, so at times you may need to replace this, but it is essential when using the ES mat. I will tell you, if yours comes out of your box all crinkled up as mine did, I was like, what the heck? This is a terrible first impression, but as you can see, it is now completely flat, so don't totally panic. And then it will also come with these other two small strips that you can use. Those are replacement pieces for these little sections over here. All right, so that's all you need, and then you're going to have your CAMEO 5 set up obviously already, and you will want to have the power supply for that, because the power from the CAMEO 5 is what is going to power your ES mat. Okay, let's get started with this. Okay, before you attach the ES mat, you want to make sure that the two pinch rollers in the middle are flipped up. So just flip them up, and then what you are going to notice is on the underside, the front underside of your CAMEO 5, there's a little piece that I have already removed. This is where your ES mat is going to attach, and you'll actually see on the ES mat itself, there is several sections here. You can see, and even like that's the little power supply there, which aligns with the power supply on the under front side of the CAMEO itself. Now, I find it a little bit challenging to put together. I actually think it's easiest if you do this when it's all flipped up, because you can kind of see exactly where it's supposed to align. So the ES mat kind of just snaps down, and then gently pull the whole thing or flip the whole thing forward. Now, you are going to see, you do need obviously some room for this, because now you've got this extension which is at least probably 18 inches forward, and it needs to be completely supported. So as I mentioned, the ES mat gets its power from the CAMEO 5, so it does have its own power button, so you'll just press that on. You can see the little green light there. Once that's on, the static charge will begin building, and you can put that cover sheet right on there. Now your material, your paper, your sticker paper, whatever, is going to end up going on top of that. Try to align the cover sheet so that the top left edge is along that white. There's a little white line at the very top of the ES mat, and it needs to basically be straight. Now, this right roller needs to be in the exact position. The roller itself needs to be aligned with the margin of the ES mat, and if not, it will not pull the mat completely in. So to pull the mat in, you are going to gently slide the base forward, and then you'll press load. If you do that and it doesn't pull the mat further in, you will know that you need to adjust that right roller again, which I did here. Then just pull the mat back out and reload, and what you'll see this time is it further pulls it in. And really, that is all you need to do to set up your mat. Your ES mat. When you're done cutting, you will just unload as you normally would, but you should not have to be really pushing or pulling or shoving the mat in there. Just push it as far forward as it can, and that is it to the setup. You are now ready to use it. So that was pretty easy. One final thing I will say is that when you are ready to detach this whole thing, don't just like try to pull it all apart. It's not going to do that. There's these two small tabs on each side up here on the actual ES mat itself. If you can press them, it kind of detaches, and then you can unlock it and separate itself. So it depends. If you're going to keep this all together and always use your ES mat, then just set it up that way. But if you are going to be using it and using your other regular cutting mat or using the roll feeder as well, and then you'll want to keep this separated. Also, it's a really, really good idea. Keep in mind, this does not automatically turn off after a certain amount of time. So for safety, you definitely want to make sure that you unpower or that you turn off the power, basically either directly to the ES mat itself from that power button at the bottom or from the CAMEO itself, because it is going to continue to charge. And I can tell you, I've gotten shocked by this. It's a pretty jolt. So be careful with that. But again, that last thing, if these little tabs up here compress, and I'm going to show you a little bit closer so you can see what's actually happening. I can do this. So if you watch down here, you'll see that this compresses while I am pressing these little buttons, and that is again how it's going to safely unsnap from the CAMEO so you're not breaking anything. All right, you guys, if you're looking for more tutorials on how to use the ES mat, if you're looking for my full review and first impressions on it, I have that as well. I also have how to do first cuts, how to do print and cut, those types of things with the ES mat. Some of that stuff is on Silhouette U, and you are welcome to check it out. 7-day free trial of Silhouette U. So hop on over there for that exclusive content. Otherwise, see you later.